What's going on YouTube? Jackson's back. Welcome to the Daily Endeavours for the 22nd of February. 15 seal set. As always, there'll be time codes in the description for fast tracking to one of these. Event tickets, 4 items for the Clothier skill, killing a dragon, bit of damage with siege weapons, and using ultimate abilities 3 times. It's a pretty good set, nothing wrong with this one. 1 dragon, this requires you to have the Elsewhere DLC. Either Southern or Northern Elsewhere, Dragonhold or the Elsewhere DLCs. If you don't have that, you can't kill a dragon. Unless you are incredibly lucky and get one as the bosses in Infinite Archive, but that could take ages. I would say just... Even with this one, I still think these ones here are just easier to do with the same amount of seals. But I will still go through this one a bit. Okay, so... crafting with the Clothier skill is probably the most straightforward. There's no sort of cheesy ways to do this like there are with deconstructing. The 2 ways I would suggest for this: clothing station, go creation, and just craft anything that isn't robe or legs, like chest or legs, because the amount of stuff requires more materials to craft in legs, so 6 jute and 7 jute as opposed to 5 for everything else. So obviously it's not a big deal, but if you're crafting 4 items, you know, no reason to use more jute than you need to get 15 seals. So you need that, and you also just need a style material. So jute or rawhide, you can get these in big quantities at guild stores. You've got guild stores all over the place. There's one here in the Vulgar Guard. There's like 5 there. You know, there's 7 here, 7 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, blah blah blah. And like every zone has tons of guild stores. So just look around. You'll find some refined stuff eventually. You just got to look around. And then style materials, these are really easy. You just need to go to any clothier. This guy here, for example. And these guys sell an infinite source of clothing materials, or racial style materials anyway. And whichever one you can use, just you just got to look at what race it's for, and almost certain you'll have it. There's very rare instances where if you create a character and then race change them, they will have access to a different racial motif, but yeah, very specific circumstances where that's the thing. All right, so the other way, and the way I do definitely suggest also doing, is if you have Clothier writs, you can do that instead. What this will do is, if you craft the items required, it will be 3 items, and then you can just craft one extra item to complete it. And that way you complete a Clothier writ, which gives you a chance to get a golden Dregwax. Dregwax are great either for selling or for upgrading your stuff, so yeah, it's always good to get this. And you know, surveys too. Surveys are always good to have on you, not just for using them, but for also endeavors whenever they come up. So yeah, those are the 2 ways for that. There's no what are they called? There's no side tracks to it. You just craft items, either level 1 stuff or craft writ stuff. Okay, so ultimates. There's 2 things I suggest here. Firstly, if you have about a level 10-ish sorcerer or warden, they have an ultimate that's very easy to just spam. So sorcerers have overload, which you can just spam the R key over and over and you can get this done very quickly as long as you have ulti. And then for wardens, you can summon the bear ultimate. What happens is when you start the channel for the bear ultimate, you block and it cancels it, but it doesn't. It counts for the endeavor. So you can do that 3 times. Just cast ult, block, cast ult, block, cast ult, block with a bear ulti, and you can just do the same thing. You can do this with any class, but the margin for failing it is a lot more, or the margin for success is a lot more narrow with other stuff. Because in these cases, what you need is a ultimate that has it's an AoE based ultimate that doesn't need a target and has a cast time. So Nightblades have Soul Tether. You've also got Soul Harvest, but this requires a target. Templars have the Atrix Spear ultimate, the baseball swing sort of thing, the batter swing. I'm pretty sure Arcanists don't have anything. Necromancers don't have anything. Dragonites don't have anything, unfortunately. So yeah, Templars, Nightblades, Wardens, Sorcerers. They're the best for doing these. Now, for everything, you've also got the Dawnbreaker ultimate from Fighter's Guild, and you've also got Rend from Dual Wield. These 2 here are really good to use. I'll show you why. So, firstly, we'll look at Dawnbreaker. So Lacerate is slightly better because it's got a longer cast time. So the margin for error is bigger. So what you need to do is, I might fuck this up, but we'll see. So you need to cast ult and immediately block. Do I not have enough ulti? Fuck. Hold on. So cast ulti and then immediately block. Yep, there we go. So you have to, while your ultimate's coming out, just after pressing R, you got to block. And as you can see, it doesn't actually use your ultimate, but it still counts to the ultimate's endeavor. So you basically, I like to call it, psych ult or fake ulting. It's like using ult, but also not using ult. It's like Schrodinger's ult as well, because you're using your ultimate, but you're not actually using your ultimate. So it just confuses the game basically. Alright, so now let's look at an event ticket. So this one's going to be, normally event ticket ones, it's like, yeah, one of the easiest ones because you just basically just run around a bit. This one, I find the event ticket, this one, to be a lot slower. Sometimes, not always. So, if anyone's watched the Cowards Mid-Year Mayhem video that I did earlier, I went in a bit of detail on how to basically get all your event tickets without even like having any interaction with other players at all. Like you might encounter one when you're doing the scouting endeavor, but like you can sort of not. You can make it so you never encounter someone if you're lucky enough, but not always. But so I'm going to look at that, and I'm also going to look at doing a quest if I can't find a good scouting mission. But I'll also talk a bit about quests as well, because they're the two best ways to get your 2 tickets from Cyrodiil, whereas your 1 ticket, it's going to be annoying no matter which way you look at it. Okay, so this is what you want for your scouting tickets one. So you want to find your board. So there's a area which has all the quest boards. So for Ebonheart Pact over here, and you're looking for the scouting one. Now the reason you want to join the worst campaign you can possibly find, this is perfect. Everything is like, pretty much everything is taken by the enemy. When you look at the scouting board, okay, so we got really fucking unlucky here. Fort Rails. Look, this is all the way over the fucking other side of the map. Rails Farm. So, yeah, that one's not great. But if I abandon this, do I get a different one? No. So, yeah, sometimes you get shit, and then sometimes you get pretty good stuff. Now, what might happen is you end up getting something like Chalman or Blue Road, any of the Emperor Keeps. And then what you do is you just go to a campaign where your faction owns the fucking map. And then when you go there, I showed this in the videos, the Mayhem video. You can go there and just immediately do your scouting, even though the keep is owned by you. It's funny. You can do any of those quests. Some of them are definitely much easier than others. Killing 50 players isn't too bad. Taking a specific keep, if you get a good roll on that, it's pretty good. But most of the time, scouting is going to be the easiest one, or doing quests in towns. So what I'm going to do is find the most ridiculously one-sided campaign. I'd say standard, but there is a little bit of Old Mary presence, so I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. Okay, this seems okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. Now you can, for the Golden Pursuit, you can do the stuff in each of the towns, but these are strategic locations. They change hands a lot. They have there's a lot of contention with them. Whereas if I just travel to Cheydinhal, the odds of finding gankers and stuff and enemy players is a bit less likely than in other cases, but we'll see. You have to understand right now, this character, 18,000 health, I might as well have no armor on in this fucking place. That much health is a death wish in Cyrodiil. A couple of hits is all it takes to kill me with a player with a proper build. So you do not want to be traveling around here with this much health. Let me tell you right now. It's just I don't have any PvP gear. This is still a baby character. There's it's a civil war sort of thing going on in this area. Right, so we've got 2 quest givers. So as you can see, there's quite a few Ebonheart Pact players here. I'm a bit lucky. This is why you want to try and go in places where your faction owns the most of the map, because the odds of you having to deal with other players in the area is lower. And in the event that there is a player, usually the other players will probably try and come to your defense if they start chasing people. But yeah, not always. Sometimes there's all sorts of weird politics in PvP sometimes. Like you get spies that try and join a campaign. Not really with the faction locked one, but definitely with some campaigns. There'll be just like spies who sit around and watch stuff. Right, so over here. So these quests, to get these tickets, relatively easy. It's just, in like most cases, it's just going to be go here, grab item, return to quest giver, get reward. The biggest problem in PvP is definitely going to be the players. So, okay, come back, hand this in, and we're bam. We got our 2 tickets. Easy that. So that's definitely going to be the quickest way to get tickets in this game, through the old town quest method. So if you're not familiar, there's 5 towns. You've got Shadenhall, you've got Bruma, you've got Cropsford, Vlastris, so Cropsford's there, Vlastris, and you've also got Coral. So Coral and Shadenhall are not strategic locations. So if you have a Pact or a Daggerfall character, it is definitely going to be more beneficial to you to get to these locations, to do these quests, I think. Yes, you do want to do some of the quests in these 3 strategic ones for the Golden Pursuit, but only if you want to do the Golden Pursuit. If you don't give a shit about any of this stuff here, don't bother. Honestly, these 2 are, I think, safer than any of these ones here. I think, anyway. It might not always be. But if you go into a campaign where your faction mostly owns everything, then you should be safe 99% of the time. Also, make sure you get the Sky Shards over here in the church. The only thing is, I'm pretty sure if non-alliance NPCs kill you, you can't actually waste Shrine away. You have to respawn at the spot. Okay. Okay, interesting. Whatever. Alright, so show you one more thing. It's really helpful for if you're in the fucking middle of nowhere and you don't want to bother going all the way back. Go into the Alliance tab here. Go to Campaigns, go Imperial City, enter Campaign. Doesn't matter which one, because you're not going to be using the campaign. And you can travel immediately into Imperial City. So what this will do is, if you're in the middle of danger, you can just port straight away outside. And if you're nowhere near like a safe haven, like safe location, like a friendly keep that you can port to or whatever, you can just go to Imperial City instead. So it just saves you that fucking annoying journey of getting all the way back. And you can do the exact same thing in Imperial City. So if you're up in the, if you're up here, you, because once you get down from the tower in these districts, it's fucking a lot of work getting back into the safe haven. So in the same way, you just go to Cyrodiil port and then just jump out of there. Yes, I will agree. It is cheesy. It is, I would say, also cheating, I guess. But look, man, ain't nobody got time for that shit. We just want to get our endeavors, man. Don't blame little old us. All right, so if you want to get your tickets from Imperial City, there's a bounty board here, but I don't know if that counts as an Imperial City daily. Each of the 6 districts, the towers here, so each of the safe havens has a room like this. So, where's the Daggerfall one? Oh, it's over here. Sorry. So I believe Daggerfall, is it this room? It's one of these 2 rooms here, I believe. That basically just look around. There'll always be a ladder room like this. There'll be 6 ladders, and each one ports you to one of the specific districts. And that's the way to get. So you can go this way, or you can go through the sewers, and each of the entrances out to the districts is in the sewers themselves. But getting through the sewers is a pain. There's a lot of enemies. There's also, you can encounter players as well. Whereas these take you straight up to the districts. So what I like to use is the Arena District, which is over here. They all have a quest in them. You can hand in any of those quests and get 1 ticket. But personally, I like to use the Arena District one. Because I jumped into a bad campaign to show this, but what you can do... Yeah, so we got another friendly player there. So you can get this quest here, and these prisoners here, or these hostages, whenever they get rescued by either by another player, you, or an enemy player, by killing the enemies there or rescuing them, like going up and interacting with them, it will still count for you as rescuing them, even though you're up in this tower. So what you can do is, like, if these players here, if they just came up and killed the Dremora or let the prisoner go there, even though you're up here having nothing to do with any of it, you will still get this counting. So no matter how capable your character is, you can just kind of AFK here and just progress this through. Now obviously it's super fucking slow, and instead you can just jump down and try and rescue hostages, and if you die, whatever, just spawn back up here and come back down. Or maybe go to a different campaign then, because there's 4 Imperial City campaigns that you can choose from, and just see if the other ones are as hostile as this one, because yeah, enemy players are all fucking over the place here. Like you can just check around and see which one's the most safe for your faction. But yeah, sometimes coming through here, it's not great. As you can see, there's all these bloody PvPers running around. But you watch this, so if there's nothing to... No enemies there. Oh, there's one here. So you do want to be careful, because it can actually be hit from up here by enemy players. And I have... The other day I actually saw this archer right here. He hit this person here and just basically one-shot them. So if your character is not very good... Oh, here we go. So look at this. Look at this. So look at this. We're basically we're basically hiring some manual labor for free. So this person did our job for us there. So that's what I was trying to show you. Unfortunately, they did this one already, which I wasn't there, but I don't know. I can't complain about that. So yeah. So you just chill here for a bit. This guy's probably got the same idea. Just chillax. Just get your human farm going, and then when that's done, just hand the quest in. The quest giver will be back in from where you came. Should be just next to the exit. And after you get 12 people, just hand that in. You get 1 ticket. That'll be all your tickets done, either through the quest from one of the towns or from scouting as well. Okay, so while we're on the subject of PvP, let's talk about the other PvP endeavor, the damage siege weapons. This one's good. Very easy to do. This tooltip to players, guards, or keeps, just fucking ignore that shit. It's just pointless. You can attack anything that has any enemy with a health bar. As long as it takes damage from siege, it will count for this. So firstly, you're going to need some siege. Any siege merchant, every single place in your alliance will have one. So the gates, every single keep will also have a siege vendor. These guys sell an infinite source of firebolt blisters for gold. These are what I would suggest. Now, as you can see by the guild store average, 25 gold each. I would highly recommend finding these from guild stores if you can find them. Use Tamriel Trade Center to have a look at what's available, because they will be like 250 gold versus 25 gold. That's like thousands and thousands of % cheaper than fucking, or more expensive than like on guild stores. Just use guild stores if you can. If not, 750 gold for what will be basically a couple of minutes of an endeavor. It's not too bad, I think. But definitely recommend getting them from guild stores if you can. If you're willing to spend that extra little bit of time to run around for it. Alright, so why do you want fire blisters? Well, fire blisters are easy to use, relatively long range, like blisters are okay range, and they also deal fire damage over time, which also counts for dealing damage with siege weapons. So what you want to do is, there's 3 locations that are very important to us here. Now, you can go to King's Crest here, go to this farm, and attack the guards on the flag with a siege weapon. That will get it done very quickly, because 4 hits on 4 enemies is like super fast. But you're not always going to be able to rely on having a resource right there that you can take. And for all you know, you could rock up. This could be like a trap, like there could be enemy players just like running around taking these things, and they could come back and smash you, and you could lose your siege weapon. And that's not great. So what I suggest instead, find the campaign where your team is absolutely dominating, and you want to find these question marks. So you've got this Fallen Drunk location, this Fallen Drunk location, and for Daggerfall, this Fallen Drunk spawn location. So these are behind the scroll walls. So as long as these gates are closed, which happens when these 3 keeps under your control, which for Pact, there's no real vulnerability here, so don't have to worry about that. These walls are closed, so players can't actually get in here. So what you need to do now is, in this case, we want to go here. So you just want to go from the way shrine here, or the porting shrine, and you just travel with your mount over there. Now what we'll find at these Volendrung locations, there's going to be some Golden Saint. So these are like Daedra, like humanoid Daedra enemies. They don't have much health, but they have 75,000 health each. So a single... no, they don't have 75,000 health each. I think they have like something like 40 or 50 or 60,000. Something close to what a siege weapon can do. Okay, so I think someone else has got the same idea here. So what we want to do is drop our siege weapon nearby, but have it so its range is about max. So we'll just move it back a little bit. I want to have it maximum range because you want the enemies to have to take as long to run to you as you possibly can. Now, keep in mind your siege weapons have a they take durability damage when they're out like this. And as you can see, look at that. So we're almost done with a single hit. Now, the reason I suggest only like going back like this is look at the time it takes for them to get to you. And when they get to about where we are, what happens is they'll just reset, as you can see there. And their health goes back to full. So what that means is you can shoot these guys once, de-aggro. If you shoot 2 of them at once, it will get this done straight away. Because look, the amount of damage that was with 1 siege weapon was over half. So if you hit 2 of those with a 5 ballista, that's it. You're done. But what will happen if you do this is they will reset, and it means if other people want to shoot these guys too and get this done, you can let them shoot it as well, and let them hit it once and they'll reset, and it just means other people can do the same thing. Because if you kill them, it takes some time for them to respawn, and you could have to wait. If that happens, just wait 5 minutes, come back, have a look again. But the odds of anyone killing these aside from when Volendrung comes up, it's quite slim for that to happen. So that's usually what I suggest there. Either that or just, go to one of these resources and just shoot. You literally just shoot it once. A resource flag with the 4 guards on it. They'll all take like 15k damage, and then the fire afterwards will get you your 75,000 damage. It's very quick to do. Alright, so last up, let's talk about dragons. So you need the Elsewhere DLCs in order to access these things. They come up as these icons on the map in Northern and Southern Elsewhere. These things are tough as fuck to fight. They are not something you should want to try and fight on your own. You want a group to help you. You also want to carry a purge if you can, like something that removes negative effects. You get these from oh god, yeah. So as you can see, there's a couple of people here. One shot and I'm dead. Yeah, so you want a group here, like I said, because the dragons attacks 2 tons of damage. If you can get a tank as well, it'd be great. So what happens is the bite from the dragon does crazy amounts of damage. It's like, as you saw there, it's like most of my health from 1 hit, and then it puts a bleed on you. It's like 5k bleed or something, and maybe even worse than that. They also have it's like a... Alright, here we go again. It's Mark for Death. You'll probably remember it from Skyrim. It puts a fucking huge damage over time effect on you, and it makes it super difficult to stay alive. Now, blocking is important if you're not the tank. I mean, it's important if you are the tank too. But this thing here. So it puts a gold and pink effect on you, and it does quite a lot of damage to you. You need to have a heal on you at all times, basically in this place. You can use Purify to remove it. So Templars are great for fighting dragons because They can give the group an ability to remove that effect. Oh, and make sure you stay out of this this pink AoE. Because if you spend enough time in it, it'll just insta-kill you. That's how Sunspire works anyway. So after a while, the dragon's going to jump up into the air. Oh, yeah. So that's why you want to block. So wing swipes will knock you over. And that dragon breath as well, you can roll dodge it. Okay, so here we go. We got the... Oh god, he's on me, I think. Oh yeah. Oh god. What the fuck was that? Oh wow, okay. Takeoff did 10k damage. I'm fine, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Alright, so he'll come back. Don't stand in the middle, because he'll land on you. And he'll do this too, which kills you. Just chill for a bit. Yeah, some of the dragons summon like minions as well. So he should come into the middle here. So always stay away from the middle, because they will usually... That's my macro. Whoops. I mean, nothing. Alright, so there we go. Successful block. So this is the whirlwind. So there's different dragons. There's a lightning dragon, there's a fire dragon, and then there's like a different fire dragon, I think. Okay, so here's the pink and purple... Oh, sorry, the yellow and purple effect. Thank you. Alright, so getting close. So as you can see, it takes a lot of work to kill a dragon, so don't do this shit on your own. Even if you can survive the dragon's shit, it will take you so fucking long that people will probably rock up anyway. Now, there are some good things to get from dragons. You get the jewelry from that zone, and you also get some... You get some maps, you get some other stuff. So if you want to do the treasure map, and like endeavors and Gone Pursuits, dragons are actually a great way to get some treasure maps quick. We've also got a Shaden Hall thing here, so we've got a signature, that's great. So get that stuff too. And then yeah, there's some other stuff. There's like some alchemy reagents that we got, and oh yeah, so we've got the treasure map there. And then Pelinal's Boombox. So this, yeah, this counts for the Gone Pursuits, so always do that. Arcade is always good. Soul gems. These things are so cheap that I don't even bother selling them. Yeah, everything else is usually pretty good. And just destroy. Yeah, cool. Okay, so there are 3 dragons in each zone. So as you can see, there's another one up here. Now, in Northern Elsewhere, there are 3 way shrines that you want to get. You want this one, which leads to the dragon that we've... Oh, excuse me. It leads to the dragon here that we fought, just south of Orkrest. There's another dragon that spawns over here. Either this way shrine or this way shrine is quickest, and you need to cross these bridges. There's a huge ravine in the way. That's why I'm not a big fan of Elsewhere. It's so fucking vertically... like, so much verticality to this place. So this is usually the one I use. I travel over here and I go over this bridge, and then it leads me to the dragon when it spawns there. And then this way shrine here is right next to this one, so it's really easy to get to. This is the most chill dragon to reach. But what they'll do is they'll spawn in different locations. They'll fly in to wherever they are, and then you can fight them when they land. They take a little bit to respawn. They don't usually, unlike world bosses, you can fight these things quite frequently. They're more like incursions. Oh, yeah. Southern Elsewhere, sorry. Southern Elsewhere, I think, is better for dragons, because the dragons are significantly easier to get to, and there's generally a bigger player base doing the ones in Southern Elsewhere. So you want this way shrine, and this way shrine. This one over here is the most annoying to get to. You have to go all around here and then come up the hill here, and you can get to it. These 2 over here, that spawn over here, they're relatively easy to get to from these way shrines here. Also maybe that one. I'm not certain. I haven't done it in a while. But the other ones are pretty easy to get to. Just get these 4 way shrines here, and you should be pretty much all good from that point on. Is there anything else to talk about? No, I don't think there is. Okay. One more thing I need to check. I'll put this here just in case the few of you still watching are The alliance points, I think, if you join a campaign with the, like, if you look at the overview, if you see any icons next to the alliance's name here, it's a low pop or a underdog bonus. You get more AP in that campaign. I think these 150,000 AP, you will get more. This is affected by that. So if you really want to make big use out of this, even more than it already is, hold on to it until you find a campaign with those buffs, and you can get way fucking more value out of this. Because 300,000, that's like, that can easily get you to Warhorn, maybe even Barrier in a single go. So yeah, worth keeping in mind there if you want to absolutely roid out your gains from alliance points here. Okay, yeah, that's everything. It's been like 40 minutes, Jesus. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you all. I will see you next time, and take care.